For Unit 3, Part 2, Day 5 notes, first example is on how to write equations of vertical and horizontal lines. So first, this little information box here is just to show you how to write it. So if we are looking for a vertical line, we're looking for the x value. Okay. For the y equals equation, we're looking at a horizontal line. So just to review what vertical and horizontal is, we have an image over here to help us with that. So in part A, we have a vertical line. Okay, we can see that that vertical line is going through 3. And that is the x-axis that it is crossing. So we would say that the equation to this would be x equals 3. Okay, it crosses the x-axis and it goes through the number 3. Here we have a horizontal line. Okay, we said that a horizontal line goes through the y, which it does. This is your y-axis here. And it goes through the number -1. So we would say y equals -1. So down here it says, without a graph, a horizontal line that passes through 3, 2. Well, we know that an ordered pair is x and y. A horizontal line looks like this. Okay. What axis does this cross through? It would cross through the y-axis. Okay, and we can see that up here, that a horizontal line crossed the y-axis. So what number here is your y value? Well, it's 2. So y equals 2 is the equation for a horizontal line passing through that point. Now, if we're looking at a vertical line would go up and down like that. And it has to pass through the point -4, 5, which again, we know that's x and y. But if it is a vertical line, it is going through the x-axis like this right here. Here's your vertical line going through x. So I have to figure out which one is my x value, and I say x equals that -4. And that's my solution. Okay, for example 2, it says write an equation in slope-intercept form of a line with the given information. So it is really important to read your directions here so you know what form you are looking for. And I'm looking for slope-intercept form. That equation is also right up here for you. Okay, so slope, remember, is your m. Your y-intercept is your b. So if I have m and b, I'm plugging them in to these variables here. So I would say y equals m becomes -4/5. We leave the x in the equation, and then plus b would be +7. Okay, so for part B, slope again is m, y-intercept is b, y equals m, so 4, x plus b. But this case we have -6 for b, so instead of saying plus -6, we just say -6. So if it says plus -6, you're just going to write -6. Alright, letter C. Again, our slope is m, our y-intercept is b, and we have y equals m, which is 1/4, x plus a -3, which is just a -3. We don't write both of those symbols. We just use the one for that 3, which is a minus sign, or a negative here. Okay. For letter D, slope is -8. Y-intercept is b. So I have y equals m, which is -8x, plus b, and that's just a +9. Okay. Moving on to example 3. Here it says write an equation in slope-intercept form of the given line. So again, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. We're looking for m and b. Okay, so for letter A, let's zoom in a little bit here. So if I go from the far left point to my right point, how do I get there? I have to either rise or fall and then run. So to get to here, I would have to rise and then run. So the question is, how many units do you rise? So I would rise 1, 2, 3, 4, and I would run 2. So 1, 2. So 4 over 2 is my m, but 4 divided by 2 could divide to be a positive 2. Okay. Secondly, my b is, where does this line cross the y-axis? And that would be right there at -2. So to plug my numbers into slope-intercept form, I would have y equals m, which is 2, x plus b, but my b is a -2, so I put -2. Okay, let's do it for part B. So finding slope and my y-intercept. So out of both of these, I think that the b, or the y-intercept, is easy. If I see here, here's y, here's my line. It crosses right here at 5. For my slope, I cannot rise. I have to fall to get to this point. So again, I went with the far left point, get to the most right point. So I fall 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I fall, it's a negative. So I went down 5 and I went right 2. So 1, 2. Now -5 over 2, that can't reduce. So I'm just going to leave it, this fraction, for my slope, and my b is 5. So y equals m. M is -5/2. Then you put x plus b, so here would be a plus 5. Okay, for number 4, it says find the slope of the line, and then what does the slope represent? So of this graph. So first of all, it says we have a picture of, or a graph of weight loss. So here is your weight in pounds, and here is time in weeks. Okay, so from 0, she started at 190 pounds, and in the first week she went down to 189. So it looks like my slope would be going down 1 and then right 1. So if I went down 1, right 1, this would equal a -1. So my slope is -1. And what does that mean? It would mean for this picture, because I read the titles, that she would be losing a pound each week, or she would decrease 1 pound per week. So we could say decrease or lose a pound. I'm going to use LB for pound per week. Then it says, what is the y-intercept and what does it mean? So earlier we said that her weight started at week 0 at 190. So that is her starting point, 190 pounds. Okay, and what does that mean? That is what her initial weight was. So initial weight, like her beginning weight, is where she started at. So can you find an equation of the line? Basically, can you write an equation using this information of a line in slope-intercept form? So first of all, I would say y equals m. M is -1. X plus b, which is 190. So that would be my equation. Also, you don't have to write the -1. You could also write it as y equals -x plus 190. Either one of these mean the same thing. They are both acceptable.